I have a Rock's Herald. Loki, Teach, Buggy Luffy theory. I believe Rox had the awakened Chop Chop fruit. He is trying to convince Harold to eat the original Nika fruit, so he can attempt to chop. His soul hardened 2 or even 3 to split the fruit. That's why the Gomu Gomu and Yami Yami fruit look the same. They're 2 halves of the same fruit. Maybe there's even 3. Once split, 2 of the 3 disappear away from Rox unplanned, leaving Harold with what Elbaf thinks is still the true sun god fruit, when it's really only a fraction, later eaten by Loki, which is why Loki has a connection to both Luffy and more than likely later on Teach, and the reason why Shanks put Loki in chains. Which side Loki picks could be pivotal to the end war. He could even join Teach initially, but swaps sides to Luffy once he realizes what the sun god really is. Rox is doing this to not be overwhelmed by the full power of the Nika fruit, as it is a Zoan type known for this, and being extremely powerful, not even he could withstand once awakened. Once successful, but missing the other 2 fruits, the plan goes ahead still, chopping his own soul in 3, putting 2 in his child, Teach, to live longer and eat both the Gomu and Yami, to have both powers, but not in one soul consuming him, who has the Opope to do. The soul heart transplant, am unsure as of yet. Having never chopped a soul before, he's using Harold as he may be the only one strong enough to withstand the trial. Then he does it on himself without chopping his own fruit. Rox chopping his own soul in 3 would create split personality traits, similar to Vegapunk's split mind. Once 2 parts are put in Teach, he is left with 1 part which has the Chop Chop fruit. This part of his soul is his benevolent side, so once his body dies, the Chop Chop fruit sought out his younger child, Buggy, who he had while in his benevolent state. Buggy is a character who tries to portray himself as a bad pirate, but in reality is a benevolent character himself. The malevolent part of his soul was sought out by the Yami Yami, the evil part of Nika, finding Teach, the good-hearted side of the Nika fruit. Searched years for a truly good-hearted person, eventually running into Luffy. Another small connection between Buggy and Teach being brothers is that Buggy holds 4 knives in his hands. Teach holds 3 claws, the number 3 representing the Holy Trinity, which is what Teach seeks in power. The number 4 representing spiritual growth, which is what Rock's benevolent part of his soul would be after, passed through the Chop Chop. 4 could also represent Buggies for captains. He has to already with Mihawk and Crocodile, with people theorizing that Doflamingo and Katakuri may also join to take down the government. Thank you for reading if you did it all. I'm sure there's plot holes in the theory, like all theories, but there's definitely something to think about.